because this is a new concept and still India was lacking this. No one has dared to do this before, and this was the idea I had in mind. And then once I attended the course in Alicante also, and then I thought that let me do it in India, and people should be aware of the things and they should do well.
This is a fantastic project we started some years ago, and which actually is letting us to learn a lot of things from many people from abroad. And the main reason to come to India was because it's easier to come here with our devices, 3D devices, than for 50 or 60 people to come to our place. So this is the main reason why we came here to enjoy this wonderful time together.
Sometimes there is a lack of neuroanatomical teaching during the neurosurgical program. The object of 3D neuroanatomy is to facilitate these people to learn neuroanatomy in a different way.
The 3DM project tried to approach the neuroanatomy to all the neurosurgeons all over the world, especially young neurosurgeons. And the way to do it is the 3D pictures that simulates the real neurosurgery we see every day in our OR.
The primary aim of our 3D courses is to cover this educationally.
The advantage of the 3D technique for the participant is that they can catch the depth of the image. They can imagine in the real scenario, in the surgical practice, the daily practice.
People will have the three-dimensional orientation of the lesion while operating the brain. So if you have better orientation of the surgery, what you are going to do, you will perform well.
A 2D image and the 3D image is totally different. So 3D image is just as if you are now operating in the real world. So that's the very big point, I think.
It's very beneficial to know exactly where to reach and not to damage the normal brain. In that it helps 3D.
This is one of its kind, for the very first time happening in India.
It's exactly a revolution in the field of neurosurgery. It has opened up a new era and it's a new eye-opening for basically all the residents in India.
This should be included in the routine curriculum, 3D technique, because it gives a lot of better visualization of the structures.
In 2D techniques, we have not a good orientation about the 3D exact anatomy of the brain, especially in a situation in which there is a much more adjacent and important structure where we have no space to do error.
live patient and it is a matter of life and death. But here we get the chance to explore deeper and deeper. We can make mistake, but then there is no way we can make mistake on the OT table. So that way 3D anatomy is wonderful course.
A more deep understanding of the anatomy, because when you see it in 3D, you can rotate it in your head, you can maybe make some association with your practice.
It's very useful to know the rounding of the fibers. It is very three-dimensional structure, so we have to study in such a fiber dissection, I think.
It is very much beneficial because while we when we see the tumor and when we think about the post-operative deficit, before surgery we always have a little bit, hesitation.
It's extremely useful for our daily work because this not only improves our anatomical knowledge but also it fine-tunes our motor skills, so which will actually makes our patient recover faster.
This type of courses should be done very frequently and each resident should have at least 3 times this course should be done.
Every single neurosurgeon must do this. Otherwise, I would say they should not touch the brain.
It helps to the neurosurgeon in the daily work. But I would also suggest that this course must be made must for postgraduates.
When you decide, if you have the anatomy knowledge, you will perform better. Definitely you will perform better. You know what structure exactly is there and where to save, where to take out. So I would say anatomy is power.
Definitely, I would like to acknowledge your efforts, and I will try to sensitize all my friends
so that they can get a lot of benefit out of it.
I will recommend for my colleagues in Russia.
I will recommend to other surgeons.
This should be again, I think.
I would recommend to each and every neurosurgical resident.
I'm going to have this every year and maybe in the same month of October every year for 3 days.
I will define these kind of courses like useful and practical.
This is excellent.
This is a universe.
This course is marvelous.
It's very useful course, I think.
Excellent.
Perfect.
The word excellent is small.
Alicante rocks.
Sorry, speak so calmly, change my mind. You don't change and I don't change.
think people liked a lot this course in Jaipur. It's an overwhelming country and overwhelms your senses, so I think people like a lot.
I love India and its people. It has been a very exciting experience.
Thank you, Jaipur, for this wonderful welcome.
This country is like the study of neurosurgical anatomy. It's hard, difficult, but at the same time very peaceful and enriching.